Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation. Chapter 31. Arden's arms folded, a silent hug to himself. He sat around while candles were being put carefully into a cake. Photo albums were still open, and he heard the music overhead being sung along with. There was one part of the room he couldn't look at. He couldn't stomach it, because when his eyes drifted there, it all came flooding back. The shocked expression that melted into pain. He could swear he saw a pitting disappointment that overtook the frustration. "You poor little thing." The words he was yelling before that look shut him up made his skin crawl, and the struggle to stop it before he took it further was worse. Arden made his way down with everyone else. He was greeted by his mom, grandma, even Amory gave him a hug, and to his surprise, Gallon stayed. They didn't speak after the shove. Their eyes said enough for them. Arden didn't know if Gallon was just giving up on him little by little, or if he would just pity him till his life swept him away. Now he stared down at the pictures, waiting to sing happy birthday to his brother. He felt empty, but there was no use saying it out loud. Clearly he was alone. It was his fault, and no one would ever know his past and genuinely want him in their lives. How could they possibly rescue him when he was the ward to his own prison? Renly stood back after lighting the last candle. The lights were off, save for the gentle glow of fire. Soon, they all joined in singing together, hardly anyone daring to look at each other during it. Arden's weight shifted as he felt his mother wrap her arms around him, snuggling him close, while she lifted her shaky voice up, singing louder. Arden gingerly put his arm around her too, trying to focus his eyes on anything else in the room. His desperate gaze fell on Reed's guitar, left in the corner of the room. The music seemed to fog out in Arden's ears. He slowly bit down into his lip. It was suddenly hard to breathe. He couldn't tell if he stopped singing or not. His dreams for the future all rested within that thing not too long ago. He hadn't said and talked to him like they used to when they were kids, but he still remembered the look on his face when he thought he was alone playing his music. There was a passion that he hadn't seen from him. It was almost mesmerizing seeing how he swapped from his nonchalant, cheeky brother to pouring his heart out. "Happy birthday, baby. We love you so much. Wish you were here with us, but just hope you're happy and safe wherever you are." Renly's hushed voice spoke after they finished their song. She leaned down to blow out the candles. With rapid blinks and a shudder backwards, the candles were blown out before she had the chance. "Did someone leave the window open?" Verna began asking. Her voice was cut off by a loud crackling in the other room. "What's that?" Emery questioned, frowning. "Sounded like the TV," Renly answered cautiously. The popping and crackling ripped through the room again. Light from the TV reflected off the dark walls. "Is there a storm? What's going on?" Renly asked. "Let me turn on the light," Verna spoke up, going to click them back on. Arden stood, frozen in a spot, eyes staring to the others. "It's not coming on. I think we lost the lights," Verna called out. "The TV blinked off too," Gallon announced. "I'm going to take a look at the breaker. Come on, Arden, grab a flashlight," Verna told him, rolling up her sleeves. Arden shook out of his daze, grabbing his phone for light. "Careful, Mom," Renly spoke up. "Don't you worry. You kids just stay in here. We'll have everything on in a jiffy," Verna assured her. Verna and Arden ventured outside together. The wind was cold, the sky was dark. Every little crunch of leaves and sound in the distance caused Arden to turn and look over his shoulder. "Quit waggling that flashlight, Arden. Are you cold?" Verna questioned. "Just a little," Arden muttered. "Well, as soon as we get this light on, we can go inside. Now shine it this way," Verna instructed him. The two went around the side of the house, Arden trying to keep his hands stiff as he followed his grandma. "I wish we had one in the house, but I guess it wasn't much of a problem when we were younger," For reminders, they made their way around to where the breaker box was attached. Have you ever had to mess around with one of these things? Brenna asked. No, I never saw the inside of one. Arden began answering. He paused, whipping his head around, and heard more crunching leaves. He saw no one behind him, and slowly turned back, focusing on what his grandma was doing. He watched her opening a panel door, and tried his best to get his phone light in the right spot. You better learn how to fix the simple things around the house, or else everything's coming out of your pocket, and your wife will be very upset. Brenna chuckled. She looked back with a smirk, seeing the discomfort on Arden's face. Oh, don't tell me you don't have a girlfriend yet. Your brother never even went through the girls or gross phase. She giggled again, turning the switch off. No girlfriend. I've been busy, Arden mumbled. Well, better clear up your schedule soon. Me and your grandpa Stetson went steady when we were around your age. He was a charming fellow. Never made me come out here to do these things, Brenna told him as she waited for a moment. Wind whistling sent shivers up Arden's spine. He turned again, eyes darting in the dark. The way things went off put him on alert. But then again, this was something that normally happened, right? Maybe he was being too... Arden jumped when he felt a hand on him. Calm down, dear. Why are you so jumpy? Brenna asked, frowning. I thought I heard something. Arden stuttered out. He could feel the warmth traveling up to his face, while his arms had goosebumps trickling up them. Well, jump that light back into the box. I need to turn that switch back on, Brenna told him. Arden nodded, swallowing stiffly. He turned his attention to where his grandma was working. Tell me if you see any lights flicker on, Brenna mumbled. Arden glanced behind him. There was a curtain where they came from. The curtains were open. He guessed he'd see something. Arden kept his head on a swivel, looking to his grandma to back behind them while he waited. He replayed the things he and Gallon argued about. This gross feeling that flooded to him now, after pushing his best friend, thought about how stupid he looked trying to explain what he'd done, desperately hoping Gallon remembered the times he got him involved in reading his book. Back then, he thought Gallon believed in the spirits among them too, but it was clear with the pitying look he gave him. Gallon never believed in those things. He just didn't want Arden to be all alone. Arden sighed softly. He wished he'd never said anything to him. He should have just listened to the issues Gallon talked about, and at least tried to help. Now, he wasn't sure if Gallon would even accept it, even if he offered. Arden's running train of thoughts were interrupted with the sound of crunching leaves that abruptly paused. Arden froze along with it, his ears straining for any type of further movement, his hands gripping onto his phone tighter, instincts kicking in, telling himself he'd turn his phone into a weapon if need be. The sound of another's whispers made Arden's body weightless. He tightened his jaws, his eyes strained against the unrelenting shadows. He was in a battle with himself. One half told him he was hearing nothing, to not let someone else think he was crazy. The other half reminded him ignoring such things was the true insanity.